Hey, it's random pop culture news for Kiri. Hey, Wolverine, you guys are wrestling intros not interested in the channel anyways. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all my links and link trees just in case anything that happens, the channel gets shut down or hacked or any of that bad stuff. Hopefully that never happens. Let's get it started. I got nothing to talk about. There was one thing I wanted to react to, do a reaction review segment for, but unfortunately, much as it pisses me off, people are getting copyright claimed and strikes, so I'm not risking my channel for that. So the one day show, the Tokyo Game Show, I wanted to react to it, but I might just do a video on it tomorrow. There is some PlayStation VR news I might talk about tomorrow, Monday. It's either that or Sonic Frontiers, the latest trailer came out. One of the two I'll do, so please be on the lookout for that. That's all I gotta say there. Anyways, both of these come from Nintendo Life, and it's push square and right for like a year now, 2 years. It's been forever still with them, but Nintendo Life been reading a lot from Lee and Doolin, from this guy, that journalism. It says on Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot announces Season Pass 2, Bardock's coming, 2023. This came out almost 3 days ago. Man, I really want to talk about it. It says Bandai Namco. I'm playing Dragon Ball Super music in the background, still DBZ related and Dragon Ball related. Namco shared the new Dragon Ball announcement in this year's TGS Tokyo Game Show. I slept a lot in the Tokyo Game Show news. I completely forgot that was happening this freaking month, too. So, that's my bad, my friends. I only got revealed to me like yesterday, Saturday. Man, I really wanted to talk about it too. But let's continue. This year Tokyo Game Show, and apart from the update around a new survival game, The Breakers, there's also some exciting news for fans of DBZ Kakarot. The open world game focuses on Goku and friends receiving the 4 DLC content for Goku's same father, Bardock. It's officially titled Bardock Alone Against Fate. And also goes on to say, there's also some exciting news for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot fans. Oh, I already read that part. It's officially titled Bardock Alone Against Fate. And the first of the 3 DLCs and new Season Pass 2 coming in 2023. And this DLC players will face off against Lord Frieza. Here's a brief description to look above. I guess this is the teaser, the introduction to this game. I've heard of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for like 2.5 years. I still haven't played that motherfucker. I want to play it and probably waste hours with it. It's the only one on probably JRPG games I will ever be heavily addicted to, but it's one. Bardock Alone Against Fate is a new DLC. It allows players to impersonate the brave Saiyan that valiantly fought alone to protect the Saiyan's home planet from the cruelty of Lord Frieza. And related to the next generation version of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot will be arriving to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in 2023. Next year. Man, the delays are a bitch, but you gotta get used to them. Because Koei Tecmo, I guess, I don't know if it's them or the ones that makes the anime manga series. The one with the little cat. I forgot his fucking name, man. Damn, how did I forget his name, man? He's a little cat that looks like Puss in Boots, but it's not. I forgot his name. Toei Animations. They're the ones that create these games too? Or they just make the anime and manga movie series for this franchise. But let's continue on. Also goes on to say, are you excited to... Oh, wait. You haven't got to anyone not around to trying out these games. The demo's available to download on the Switch's eShop. Are you excited to revisit DBZ Kakarot in Season 2? What do you think of the DLC announcement? Tell us below. Yeah, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I'm a very, very happy boy. I'm a very, very happy fan guy for this shit. I've been wanting to see this for a long time. I know they had like a special 3-part episode back in the 90s, early 2000s. Tsunami was still a big thing at that time. Sadly, it's not as popular as it used to be because it came on like a revival like 3 years after it took a 3-year break from, I think it was 2009 to 2011. I was sad when it left, man. I was real soul crushed like a mother effer. Because I know they only did a 3 special episode of Goku's Dad, which is Bardock, and I remember in the Broly movie, I didn't even watch it until like 2 years after it came out in the theaters. I watched that DVD. I decided to like rent it for a little bit in the Redbox. I know it's really, really old stuff. I'm a boomer at that, but I don't care. But I really wanted to watch it. And it's great. I should have watched it in theaters. I'm regretting it so hard. I did see the last one that came out a couple of weeks ago. The one that had an orange Super Saiyan version of Piccolo and Gohan Beast, the silver-haired looking Beast version of Gohan. Chef's freaking kiss. The Cell dude, he was alright, but I wasn't crazy about him being a giant Godzilla Kong dude. And Piccolo, he'd end up being a giant behemoth, a giant version of himself. That was badass, but not for the remake version I saw. So yeah, there's that. Man, this is gonna be badass. I really want to see if I could do a reaction to this, but I'm already talking about it as far as video game news goes. So let's get on to the Street Fighter news. I've really been talking about Street Fighter almost 2 months. The last time I did that Capcom live stream thing, a reaction review segment. There's Street Fighter features. A hands-on Street Fighter is making makes it fun for the newcomers. Quick start to video just comes from Liam Croft from whatchamacallit, Push Square. My god, I miss reading from Push Square. These guys are so fun. So as every game genre comes with some level of complexity, but fighters perhaps struggle with the most on their onboarding processes. With more complex controllers to master and hardcore community to get up to speed, it's no surprise whether many newcomers first all for the first at the first. Ugh, that's such a fucking tongue twister. I don't know why. All at the first hurdle. There we go. Street Fighter 6 attempts to streamline those first few hours to difficulty with a modern, simplified control scheme, and it works. Traditionally a 6-button game with individual parts for punches, kicks, and a 6 mainline entry offers a chance to simplify bouts to light, medium, and heavy attacks. Those classic button combos are old and are very much part of the parcel for Street Fighter 6. You can still utilize these items and them with a modern control scheme selected, but this new commitment for Capcom is about getting all the new kids on board block. Yes, this is not for me, even though it should be for me, but it's not, because I played this as the very first 2 generations of Street Fighter Part 1, 2, Street Fighter Turbo X. I remember that was an SNES when I played it. I know some people played on the Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast. I didn't get to play any of the Segas except for the Genesis. Sega Genesis was badass for me, but I played the Dreamcast a few times, but I never was an owner of the Dreamcast. My god, I wish I would have been, because that thing's probably sought after like a mother effer. So let's continue. The light, medium, and heavy attacks are mapped square X. The square X circle buttons respectively, and special abilities dedicated to the drive gauge are active to the triangle and directional D-pad. That's about as complex as the model controls get. Almost every other move in the game is just a single button press away. Super Arts gauge charges up as you deal receiving damage throughout a fight, and it too takes press on triangle circles at the same time to trigger. By breaking combination down into these easy steps to remember and inputs, the title immediately becomes so much more accessible. No longer do you need to spend 5 minutes scrolling through Rio's move list just to learn the button combination of Hadouken. All it takes now is a triangle button and a directional D-pad that works wonders for newcomers, ensuring they can immediately compete and start to have fun. Those flashy, flare-filled moments used to reverse at the EVO tournaments. Oh, that's the ones I used to do for E3 and all their EVO. Thank God, EVO. I'm not sure if it was as big, because I know 2 years, 2020, 2021, they're planning them to scam them with the fake bullshit. Virus was a thing. They had to freaking shut down everything that was a fucking make-believe sickness, in my opinion. But let's move on. I'm not going to talk about that. And look even better, too, with Street Fighter 6's neon and graffiti light. Graffiti packed art style, lighting up the screen, feeling good. Whistle doing it by modern controls. Wonders. That's not to say that the game loses all its complexity, however, when Ryu and Ken are fairly easily to pick up and play, the likes of Guile represent an immediate step forward to more advanced moveset. Base is a charge, Ryu is a charge attack, and but that's what I liked about Ryu, Guile. Guile and Chun-Li were my favorites of all time, my personal opinion. And that was a hot take, a tier list just out there for best or worst Street Fighter characters. I'm not going to jump into that segment. Let's move on. There's still a lot of other variety to accommodate to. Making button inputs is easier. Hasn't made every character feel the same slightest. Here, there's way more to this article. You guys can read it if you want. This is coming to the PS4, PS5, and of course Xbox Series X and S. Overall thoughts and opinions. Some people were making so many fucking memes about this dude, Ken Masters and Honda. They're not homeless. They're not homeless. Because I remember in the early mid-90s, when I was like 2-3 years old, and watching those like 7 nights and 6 nights, 7 or whatever. I remember watching Ken, like the old anime movies, and he was a millionaire. He was like a prince or a king to heir to like some other throne. And he was a rich multimillionaire, so he was always super rich up the ass. He had like the best cars, best clothes, fancy private helicopters, private jets. He had beautiful women on him all the time for Ken Master. So I know he ain't homeless. It's just the way they made his, I guess the way they made his art design in the 2D and 3D and then translate well in the 3D. I'm not gonna say he looks like shit, but I like how they did Dallas and this dude. They look kick ass. And Honda, he looks real awesome. Man. I wasn't crazy about him in the first 3 Street Fighters. The Street Fighter 4 is when I became a fan of him, in my personal opinion. And I'm glad they brought freaking Julie Hans back. You already know that. I did a reaction to it like a month and a half ago. And that's it. That's all I got to say for now. I'm out of the next switch balls down below, catch you on the side, and done. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen, bros and boys and girls. Talk is Nicky Commodities. I'll see you next. See you guys a day every night, whatever neighbors out there. Stay tuned for future content. Channel for the video game news and non-news, Twitch news, drama news, once in a while internet news, like random Elon Musk news, and then 3 or 4 times out of the month reaction review segments. And that's it. Peace out. Let's have it. Links and bye. See you epic people. Until I stay safe, stay awesome, matter. Goodbye. Later.